Welcome everyone to another top 10 video. This top 10 video is going to be based on Boba Fett. We recently saw Boba Fett in The Mandalorian Season 2, so because of this, I wanted to give you 10 cool facts about him. These are not just top 10 facts overall, these are just top 10 facts that I find interesting about Boba Fett. So without further ado, let's go ahead, start off with number 10. Number 10, Boba Fett was the only unaltered clone. So another thing that we could say along with this topic of how he was the only unaltered clone is that he was the only son that Jango Fett adopted, and he was the only clone that Jango Fett raised as a son, you could say. So once again, he was the only unaltered clone, which, if you're asking what that means, is that basically he was the only clone that did not have accelerated aging and many things like that. He was a unique clone because of him being trained by him being raised as a son by Jango Fett as well. Number 9, Boba Fett dented his helmet with a duel versus Cad Bane. Now, if you don't know who Cad Bane is, he is a really famous bounty hunter from the Clone Wars, and he was actually probably the best bounty hunter that we've ever seen in animation or live action. He's right up there with Boba Fett, but the thing is, they did a Western standoff in one of the deleted scenes of the Clone Wars. I don't know if you can see it on Disney Plus, or if it's released there somewhere here on YouTube. I may show that on the screen at the moment, so you can see this clip of Boba Fett facing off against Cad Bane. It's going to be in the Clone Wars series season 7 actually, if they had made longer. They had done, I believe, like 20 something episodes, but they only did about 13 or 12. So yeah, we can still have it because it was shown at Star Wars Celebration when it was released there. So number 8. So now let's move on. I now can say this officially in Legends and canon that he escaped the Sarlacc pit. If you're asking why, it's because, well, we see him in The Mandalorian Season 2. Number 7 is George Lucas almost made Boba Fett Anakin Skywalker's brother. So you may be asking yourself, seriously? Well, yes, he wanted to tell a story about family along the ways of the Skywalker family is broken and the ways it gets put back together. And if he had put Boba Fett as Anakin's brother, I would have done that. But he had an idea about the tone of his story, and no matter how high-flying the space adventure got, some things, were just too, you could say, convenient. Even if it is a movie, it's still too convenient. So you gotta, remember to make it realistic. That's why George Lucas is one of the greatest directors of all time. So Boba Fett and Vader are now not related through anything because, Boba Fett is a clone. So we're going to do one more almost, and we're going to do some more facts. So number 6 is that George Lucas almost had Boba Fett kill Mace Windu in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So Boba Fett would have been on the revenge quest because of Mace Windu killing Jango Fett. I believe there's this concept art. It shows Boba Fett dressed in this, classic armor, and a squad of clone troopers surrounding the Mace Windu. In the final version, Mace's death at Palpatine's hands is the key to Anakin Skywalker's transformation into Darth Vader. Another instance of Boba Fett existing right on the margins of the film saga's most important moments. So, Boba Fett's always been up there where it matters most. Number 5. Boba Fett's helmet gave him 360-degree vision. So, Boba Fett, for starters, he has an awesome jetpack, flamethrower, a grapple, and that isn't even a tip of the iceberg, you could say, of how much tech is on his outfit, his armor. One of the most interesting facts about his armor is, his helmet, and it actually gives him 360-degree vision, thanks to the advanced built-in HUD and all the information about the helmet. And it's literally got eyes in the back of his head, perfect for the cutthroat world of bounty hunting. And with his skill and with the armor, he's really good bounty hunter, you could say. Number 4, Boba Fett has actually fought Luke Skywalker. So I think Boba Fett detests the Jedi, and there's many reasons for him to, because of the Jedi, killing his father, including Mace Windu. That's why it was a kind of a surprise when a young Luke Skywalker himself, backed out of a fight with, Boba Fett alive. But this could also be because of how the fight went. He received specific orders from Darth Vader to bring the destroyer of the Death Star in alive, so that he, Darth Vader could see his son again. So maybe Boba Fett was just actually listening to Darth Vader at this moment. So that is what I think. But using a combination of his lightsaber and the Force, he escaped with both of them alive. And so Boba did actually bring something back that Darth Vader knew, and he learned Luke's name, which was Luke Skywalker. So what I find interesting to this is how Boba Fett was the one to tell Darth Vader that it was his son, Luke Skywalker, who destroyed the Death Star. I found that comic especially interesting to me when Vader says, "Did you bring me anything of value, bounty hunter?" Then he says, "Not much, just his name, Skywalker." So, you know how much of importance the name Luke Skywalker has to Darth Vader. So this, makes Boba Fett even a bigger character. Number 3. Boba Fett's armor was originally all white. Now, this, I believe, he changed it because of, stormtroopers really have all white outfits. And I believe it would look a lot similar to a stormtrooper outfit. And, Boba Fett is definitely a one of a kind, even though he is a clone. So, I believe this, right here, if you look at the picture, look at the screen, there's an original design illustrated by Ralph McQuarrie. And so it has lots of cool jetpack. It's very similar to a suit, but just white, shiny white. So that's just my opinion on why I think that they had changed it to green. Number 2. His main ship that he uses is the Slave One, which was actually inherited by his father. It was his father's ship, Jango Fett, which we see him, with Obi-Wan Kenobi and Attack of the Clones fighting with each other. So it's really cool how we also got to see the Slave One in the Mandalorian Season 2, and I can't wait to see more of it because it is one of my favorite ships, along with the Millennium Falcon in Star Wars. Now, number 1, which is definitely one of my favorites, Boba Fett escaped the Sarlacc pit. So this is one that I believe most people know by now, but since we are seeing him right now actually in The Mandalorian Season 2, I cannot believe Boba Fett actually didn't die. Because, in Legends, we knew this already, but I'm just glad they're bringing lots of things from Legends over to canon, because it's gonna really make a lot more things more simpler for Star Wars fans, and they're gonna really enjoy it in the long run for sure. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed these top 10 interesting facts. By the way, this is just 10 interesting facts, not top 10. I just name it like that because, it's a cool name and all. But maybe I could make a part 2 because there's a lot more facts that we know about Boba Fett. Anyway, hopefully we also get to see more of him in The Mandalorian Season 2. May the Force be with you always.